but I'm going to try. So, a lot of people have spoken about Roger's love. I want to talk about Roger's acceptance. I was a single mom, 21 years old, 2 little boys, completely on my own, honestly a little lost and broken. And I met David, and I can tell you I was probably not Roger's first choice for his beloved son, or as Dad would call him, my boy. It was just the opposite with Roger and Dawn. They included PJ and Justin and I in everything, from family gatherings to holidays to vacations. They just enveloped us into their family and accepted us. PJ and Justin would go to their house for nothing, just go. And I had only known David a couple of months. I got sick right after David and I started dating, and I had to go to the hospital for a few days, and I had no one to take care of my babies. And Dawn and Roger did that. So they were very, very giving. He was the head of his family, and he led with love and hard work. Yeah. And you didn't know Roger if you didn't know how hard he worked. Physically, he could work up until 2 years ago. He could probably work harder than some 40-year-olds.
Amen.
He helped us clear our land in Irving. He was over there splitting wood for hours a day. He was pretty amazing. Roger's family taught me, as a young broken woman, how to love, how to fight, and forgive. There was no, if you disagreed, it was okay to disagree with someone, but it was never okay to stay angry at them. You always worked through it, you talked it through, and you figured it out, and you moved on with life. And we had a special relationship, Dad and I, because he lived with us for 14 years, him and Mom. And after Mom's death, Roger became my friend, my adventure buddy, my party planning financer. We planned so many gatherings together. The adult Christmas party at this church was probably his favorite to help with. Any idea I came up with, he would just hand me the card and say, you just go get what you want. Another thing he loved is our summer seafood day at the house. He loved seafood. And once a summer or so, Roger would finance a seafood dinner at the house, and we would invite as many family and friends as we could. And he thoroughly enjoyed that. However, I think shopping might have been Roger's real passion. He loved an after-holiday sale. Absolutely loved it. The day after Christmas was an event in our household. We let David go one time. David's not a shopper, so he would sit in the car, and I knew he was tapping his finger, like, what is taking these people so long? So the next day after our adventure, Roger looked at David and said, you may not ever come again. You can do many things, son, but you will not go shopping with us. And one of my favorite memories of Roger was when we went to Maine. We were going to Maine for just a day, and he ended up really not wanting to ride home, so we ended up spending the night. And the next day, we didn't have any plans, so we took the long way home, and we stopped at Kenny Bunk. We found an ice cream shop. We stopped at Wells and York and Neville Lighthouse, and we had a great adventure that day. And the last thing I want to talk about is Roger's illness. The last year has been very difficult. There were many appointments, many trips to doctor's offices and cancer treatments, and trying to figure out what was going to be best and how to handle the situation. But even those adventures he made fun because his doctor's office was in Turner's Falls, and so was the creamy stand. So every doctor's appointment ended with a hot dog and a creamy. And every time we left the house for an appointment, one of his questions was, well, where are we going to have lunch today? And as the trips got more difficult, he would say to me, Jodi, I don't mind dying. I know where I'm going. But I never wanted to be sick. These are some of the most difficult days for him. He was just unable to communicate what I know he had thoughts in his head that he just couldn't communicate with us anymore. So we just wrapped our arms around him the best we could to help him pass through to Jesus. But I am forever grateful for the time that was given to us. And I'm forever grateful that God granted us the grace and the abilities to help him. And he's healed now.
Amen.
Roger's happy. And Roger loves a good party. He loves a good party. So I'm going to let David speak. But after the service, there is a reception downstairs. And we're really hoping that y'all come down and enjoy some food and some of your memories of Roger.